heard any of that. I know that McDem has been in touch with GNS. They have made sure that the basics of chance of aftershocks. So just be prepared for that. I think people might be a little nervy, and I think that's understandable. But again, it's just those basic safety messages of being prepared, and if there are some more, then drop covering and holding to make sure that they can look after themselves.
Are there any proactive measures being taken to check the damage?
Yes, the groups on the ground, the Civil Defence on the group are on the ground making sure that they assess for damage. They're still checking, but as of now, it's just a little over an hour, and there have been no reports of any damage, which is a good thing, so hopefully it stays that way.
Are there any reports or any briefings that you've had at this stage about if the Royals were affected?
I haven't heard anything. I understand they're in Auckland. I know that the quake was felt quite widely across the central North Island. I'm not sure if they felt it at all, but I'm not sure if they're going to be asked. We all felt it in the house. I was sitting in the house at the time, and Tolly was in the chair, and I think just for the safety of those immediately within the house, she saw fit to make sure that she suspended the proceedings in the house. So I think that was probably the wise thing to do. I've seen some of the footage already in the house since, so I think it was probably the wise thing to do, seeing as it was quite we felt it quite heavily in the house.
Realistically, do you expect that there might not be any visible immediate damage from the quake, but do you expect?
I think it was a decent sized quake. We're only an hour after the quake itself, so I think people will still be looking. Promising, obviously, that there are no reports of damage at this stage, but we'll keep working through that. I think if there was anything major, we would have probably known that by now, but teams will still be working on around just assessing things at the moment.
What sort of time frame do people need to remain vigilant for in terms of keeping aware of aftershocks?
I think if you ask the average punter, they'll be being vigilant for a fair few days now, given the shake that we had this afternoon. Look, if I knew that answer to that question, I would have told you when the quake would hit an hour ago. But I think we just need to make sure that we're vigilant, and I think people who are edgy will obviously be making sure we comfort them, and again making sure your friends and your family and your neighbours are okay.
Just with suspending, did you lead the debate in terms of 30 minutes or so?
I think it was roughly that. I was in the house at that stage when the first large shake felt. I got up and left and made my way to the office. I think 30 seconds after that, and Tolly saw fit to suspend the house and ask people to go to their offices and make sure that staff are okay. Yep.
Sure. So can you just walk us through how you responded? Could you just step forward? Sorry. Thank you. So the magnitude 6.2 earthquake was quite deep, which meant that, in fact, it's felt widely right across the central parts of New Zealand. So we immediately made contact with GNS, and that's really to get a sense from them about whether there could be any tsunami risk. There was not, so GNS have confirmed that, and they were able to also reassess the earthquake and confirm that it was 6.2 magnitude. Initially, it was seen that it might be higher than that. And so our duty team has been contacting CDM groups to get a sense of whether there was any reports of damage, and as you've heard the Minister say, there's no reports of damage so far. We're continuing to keep in touch in case that changes, and if it does, we'll make sure that you're aware of that too.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Always good to joke.